Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com.
Cutting a medicine in half on Shabbos. At times we need to give a child a dose of medicine, whether a swallowable or chewable pill or a suppository, and the dosage in a single pill of this Advil or Tylenol or ibuprofen is too high of a dosage for the child, and we would like to cut it in half. May one do so on Shabbos? What issue may stand in the way of one being able to do so? Well, aside for the question of taking medicine on Shabbos, which is irrelevant of whether you cut it in half or not, perhaps this transgresses the prohibition of tikkun kli. As we learned in previous classes, it is forbidden to cut things on Shabbos for the sake of a use, such as to cut a tablecloth or a garbage bag and the like. Perhaps this as well, it would be forbidden to cut the medicine in half. So regarding taking medicine on Shabbos, the general rule is that anyone who is sick to the point that he needs to be bedridden, he feels weak in his entire body, he has a fever, he's allowed to take medicine. As well as a young child, a small child, even if he's not that sick, is always viewed like a sick person and he may take that medicine. So what about the cutting in half? So we find in the Mechabim Shulchan Aruch in chapter 322 halacha 4, which gives us an interesting qualification to the prohibition of tikkun kli of cutting things for a purpose. And he says that the prohibition of tikkun kli only applies towards items. However, food, even if it's only animal food, does not contain a prohibition of tikkun kli by you cutting it and preparing it for a use. Based on this, there's room to say that there is no prohibition of tikkun kli to cut your medicine in half, as it's like a food. And there is no prohibition of fixing by foods. On the other hand, we do know that in halacha we do not view medicine as food. You don't say a bracha when you swallow a pill, and you can even take a pill on Yom Kippur. It's not viewed as food, swallowing it. And certainly a suppository, how is that food? So perhaps on the other hand, it would be forbidden to cut it in half. Nonetheless, when we look into the reason behind why food contains an exemption from the prohibition of tikkun kli, it would seem that the heter, that the allowance applies by medicine as well. The Alter Rebbe explains in chapter 314 halacha 11 that the reason why tikkun kli doesn't apply by food is because food is soft and does not last long, and therefore it's not common for people to make a vessel out of it. And the same would apply to medicine. It's similar to food in the sense that it is consumed right away, and therefore should not have the prohibition of tikkun kli, and practically so rule G'dayli Paiske Dereinu of Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, as recorded in Shmir Shabbos Kolchasa chapter 33 and other Melaktim, that it is permitted for one to chop in half a pill or a suppository for the sake of use on Shabbos, and doing so does not contain within it the prohibition of tikkun kli.
Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at ShulchanAruch.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.